Truth is, the universe or consciousness does not care about whether your stories are justified or not. It's just going to keep reflecting back to you what you want to see in your life. And in the case of Dr. Kemi, in as much as she's a good journalist and she documents things, it does not nullify the fact that she is the one perpetuating the reality that she's currently living, even if she doesn't want to be in that kind of reality. Because at the end of the day, thousands of people follow you and you keep repeating this in their consciousness, and they keep looking at you because one of the things that you do not want, the one of the energies that you do not want attached to you is number one, pity. You don't want that. You don't want that. And what is the reason that Dr. Kemi keeps telling this story? Is it because she wants to be understood or because she wants to be pitied? Because at the end of the day, you will see that there is no actual benefit, especially on an energetic level, that she gets from telling these stories. Because number one, you're going to have thousands of people projecting pity at you, which is not what you want, especially for someone that wants to have a wow, this guy is so blue. Especially for someone that wants to have recognition that as prestigious as a government seat. You do not want such energy being projected at you, because at the end of the day, when you are up there, is a contest, is a survival of who has the strongest emotion, and you wouldn't want to be someone that is always the victim and always talking about how people maltreated you, whether it is justified or not. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like in my own case, when I was talking about how I was postponing my success because of what I had to go through, and even if in the people that were witnessing my journey, which was my friends, I expected them to understand. Yes, they understood, but guess what? It didn't stop them from seeing me as jobless and broke. It's still they couldn't help it. It is not their fault. They don't want to see me that way, but they cannot help perceiving me like that. Like when I think about Dr. Kemi, I can't help but see her as a helpless woman that is angry and also dissatisfied with her life, and also has been through a lot. And that is not what she should be projecting if she wants to change her reality. So let's quickly look at how emotions and thoughts can perpetuate our reality. So I'm going to read a bunch of things and then I will explain. So first of all, if when you have a fearful thoughts, you start to fear, right? It all starts from thoughts, because you might as well just be in the dark, and just because you're in the dark, you don't see what is going on around you, and you start having fearful thoughts. Your brain doesn't know, or your body doesn't know whether there is a physical threat that is actually threatening you there or not. Just you having that thought, you begin to manifest it in your body. Either it is by goosebump or pee on your body, or become static, or scream, stuff like that. it, Chemical reactions is going to start taking place in your body just from having fearful thoughts. And this is real, because people that are in an environment where they don't really like the environment, like for example, you're with somebody that constantly makes you uncomfortable. That is why it is really, really detrimental to your health. So the moment you feel fear, that emotion influences you to think more fearful thoughts. This is how you can get caught up in a loop. And those thoughts trigger the release of even more chemicals in the brain and body to make you continue to feel more fear. Then you stay in a loop where your thinking creates the feeling and the feeling creates the thinking. So I hope that is clear enough, because I think I wrote it out to be very, very clear. So I would like us to understand how these thoughts and emotions actually affect us. So thoughts are the vocabulary of the brain, and feelings are the book and feelings are the vocabulary of the brain. The cycle of how you feel and think becomes your state. We already established the fact that when you feel fear, you start to feel fear manifesting on a physical level, because are your thoughts are the manifestation of your physical state, literally, and it can take that literally. Your thoughts are the physical manifestation of your state. So when you begin to feel what you're feeling, and then what you're feeling begins to influence your thoughts, then you can now be stuck in a particular state or being. That can be in a being or state of fear, or a state of victimization, or state of, having a particular kind of image, even if you do not want it. Your thoughts can influence you to remain in that state. And we are going to be explaining later in this video how that can even be extended to your energetic field. And this is not woo-woo, this is actually actual science. The entire state of being can remain and will remain in the past when you find yourself in this state of being. So using our case study, which is Dr. Kemi, whenever she tells her story, whenever she repeats the story of Davido victimizing her, whenever she repeats the story of all the things that she has been through as a journalist, whenever she repeats the story of okay, so she recently forgave her dad, all the things that her mother went through, Nigerians made her go through, and all of those things, guess what? The brain doesn't know whether those things are happening to her. She's keeping herself perpetually in a loop of a state mentally. And it doesn't matter that she's not there physically. But then this is where it gets really interesting. So when she feels all of all these emotions, guess what? It's going to cause and trigger certain chemicals to be released. The same certain chemicals that are released when she is literally physically in that state. Let me make this clearer. So when she was when she was called names by Davido, when she was called names by Davido, whatever emotions that she felt at that point can be recreated just by thinking about all just by thinking about or remembering the moment that, or whatever it is that went on with her and Davido went on, because she's still taking the revenge of all of that till now. And whenever this can be really horrible for her, because whenever she remembers whatever it is that made her angry with Davido, she becomes angry again. She reinforces these chemical reactions in her body, and those same chemical reactions that were released back then are released now. And this is why I'm telling you that she has a chronic condition of victimization, because now she's literally addicted to these feelings, because almost everybody in her life, or and almost all the memories that she has, the core ones that she keeps repeating, because you cannot be repeating what that is not in your head. The fact that she's repeating these stories every single time, it means that is what is constantly going on in her head. So she's constantly, never, almost in an emotional state that is different from the emotional state that she has always been. Therefore, she is constantly emotionally and energetically always in the past.